Hey MPG, have I ever told you have a nice Innsmouth?
A nice Innsmouth case.
A nice Innsmouth case? Hello and good evening. My name is John and we're here playing the Innsmouth case. It's part of my Steam cleaning series. I got every game in my Steam library. Yes, we can. Eventually, and arbitrarily rate and review them to be able to play time. Don't quite know the game. I think it was random, but this is one of those story character games, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm joined by...
MPG!
Yay! Let's do some Innsmouthing. A little music. Oh, of course, we can't continue. New game. Boston, your office. We gotta do a Boston accent. We are fans of it's not Boston. We are fans of strange worlds of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of HP Lovecraft. The game has been produced by a group of people who believe in inclusion and equality. You know, you gotta say it.
Yeah.
You gotta say it.
Like, what kind of Lovecraft are you getting? Are you getting, like, old-fashioned edgelord Lovecraft, or are you getting, no, let's go ahead and, like, make our game fun for people?
Save after every chapter. All right. Forward. Boston, September 21st. The last rays of sunshine filter through the blinds in your empty office. The pathetic stench of whiskey, cold cigarette smoke, and canned ravioli fills the air. The screeching tires and constant beeping of the car horns out there on the street tell you that it's gone 8 p.m. People on the way home, finishing the day. You should join them.
I don't know. No notes.
I need to hear a Boston accent for me to even try, and there's been no Boston accents in my life for like the last week and a half at least. I need you to decide. It says right there, you decide.
Okay, to stay at your desk or to go home. So let's go home.
Game over.
Yeah.
You breathe a deep sigh. It may not be a successful day, but at least it's over. You looking forward to a classic Friday night, watching old mystery series at home in sweatpants and getting drunk on cheap booze. Since the early afternoon, you've been staring at the foreboding bottle of liquid at the end of the room. Up until now, a vague sense of professionalism has kept you from drinking your way into oblivion. Now, nothing stands in the way. Suddenly, you hear a knock at the door.
Don't make a sound.
You freeze. You hold your breath. No. Nobody will ruin your well-deserved evening. You're as quiet as a mouse. You listen intently. The woman just outside the door knocks again. Oh, it's a woman. Pesky clients. I can see you. I can see you through the window.
Blanche Dubois?
MPG, if you're not taking this game seriously, I'm going to turn this game right around.
Just somewhere between your Boston / Brooklyn / Kentucky / Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Pretend to be a statue.
This is messing with your evening's well-deserved relaxation. You're still not moving, so with a little luck, the stranger will give him leave you alone. You hear the doorknob twist. The door handle is moving. You should probably have locked it.
Under the desk.
Not on your watch. With cat-like reflexes and speed, you usually only reserve for eating cooked chocolate cake. You dive onto your desk. Your nose presses against the worn-off carpet. You really should clean up some point. You hear someone enter the office. If you're trying to hide from your clients, you should make sure that your big butt, which I do like, isn't sticking out of your hiding place. Idiot. Okay, so that's missing. Quotes are weird there. Yeah. You hear her walk away. The door slams shut. She's gone. You did it. Not only can you can finally go home, but you also found some small change and a half-empty tobacco pouch on the table. Today wasn't so bad after all. You look out the window again at the parking lot. A glamorous woman gets in the rental car and drives out the parking lot at full throttle. You wonder what she wanted. Whatever it was, it'll have to wait till Monday. Finally, you stretched out on your couch and black and white mystery series flickers on the TV. Your blood alcohol level has reached that pleasant point beyond no longer able to drive, but still low enough before evening that went out. Everything that went in has to come out again. Next episode? The TV asks rhetorically. Sure, go ahead. Next episode. To serve men. You sigh. If only the supernatural knock at your door. You sure as hell wouldn't miss that opportunity. Game over.
Game over.
Boom. Speed run.
Yay!
Low last chapter. No, are we done? Is this our checkout point? 4 minutes.
I wonder if this is like.
This is what we ended. You know, that was an ending.
Right. Yeah. All right.
All right. So are we sold now? Are we going in?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for realsies.
No, that was real. Nothing could have been more real.
I mean, it was the verisimilitude was
Stay at your
top-notch.
desk. Your day was long and frustrating. You'll run out of ideas how to handle calls that people want money from you. A cold shiver will not respond as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. On top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady. You're 2 months behind on your rent. The next one is 3-figure invoice from a games company for in-app purchase. What? You try to calm them as business expenses
sure
relax
that we
because
know
somehow
that
your
this
client
is
refused to pay.
present day, that this is not.
This is not President's Day.
You know,
There's a
no,
second
it is,
reminder.
'cause it's
No,
like
okay, maybe it is.
purchases, Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Threatening to cut off your connection might lead you. Okay.
You really need more more in-app purchases.
You remember, during a particularly long, boring case, you started playing that game with the colorful candy. You made it level 671, but not with the help of extra bombs, for which you paid a lot of money. You can't remember why you bought them, but it seemed damn important at the time. You breathe a deep sigh. May not have been a successful day, but at least it's over. All right. That's our loop.
Yeah.
Professionalism. Who is it? The door cracks open with a timid creak. The unknown guest pauses. Then, in a breathy and melodic tone, you hear a woman utter, "Hello." Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize that you haven't cleaned your office all this year. This looks really tidy.
Yeah. Quickly try to clean up. Let's,
Wait a minute.
Try to present.
Wait a minute. Wait. You shout in a pitch that was at least 2 octaves higher than intended. There's no time to pick up all the crumpled pieces of paper on the floor. You gaze across the total mess of your desk. Not pictured here. A weird undefined crust is formed in the wood. You'll never notice that before. You try to hide, putting some unpaid bills over them. They get stuck immediately. Nice. Oh, that's an art style.
Oh, hello.
By the light of the desk lamp, you now see more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office. No doubt older than 40.
She is technically breathing.
Yes.
So she is
technically
breathtaking. Yeah.
Maybe even 50, hard to say. Clad in black, in a skin-type dress, culminating in a decolletage. Sorry, what's that word again?
Decolletage.
Decolletage that seems to defy the law of gravity. Is that her boobs? Is he talking about his boobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Decolletage is boobage.
It's French for boobs.
Yeah.
A smoky. Okay, I have to ask a question. This animation, this is not on her dress, right? This is 2D compressing this. Oh no.
She's just kind of playing with him.
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean, if you got him, you might as well play with him.
I mean, sorry, I'm saying oh no because
did we lose our game?
It's not capturing. I have to do a desktop. Well, for those who are watching and watch this goof around for the first 5 minutes, sorry, there's no images there besides just a static screen. Not all games work. All right. We're fine now. I'm not going to record. People just this is behind the scenes. This is the process. This is media res.
Yeah, man, this is like reality.
This is reality TV show.
If you can't handle it,
yeah,
then,
if you can't handle it, go watch some other people's channel. Like if you're watching this long, you're probably the most dedicated fan. So please don't go. But like also.
Yeah.
This is what you're here for. You know what you're in for. Oh my God, my skin tone is like exactly matching this book. I feel so awful. Because I have the green screen. Anyway. The faint light of the setting sun catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many heads this woman must have turned during her prime. She's completely different from your usual customers. Nervous bankers with sweat stains under their armpits, convinced their wives that something going on with the mailman. Every move she makes is calculated grace. Smooth as an eel. She walks towards you and sits down in the corner of your desk. What are we doing? Did I lose you, MPG?
Sorry.
Okay.
Which is a little bold, which makes you blush. Let's say it's a little bold. I mean, if we're gonna be going for the private dick, we might as well,
Without asking you first, but professional, you're not giving anything away. She seems to want to play seductive damsel in distress. That quiet, amused voice of your subconscious is pleased that this stranger may be sharing your enthusiasm for film noir cliches. A far louder voice is surprised that this woman seems to think a sexy pose and revealing clothes could win you over. And both voices agree they don't like being manipulated. You don't think he's a lot of voices in that. You don't think that the stranger perched on your table is trying to recover from a hard-working day as a laundry model, and therefore you see no logical reason for her behavior. When she begins to speak, her voice is smoky and full of promises. Smoky, okay. My name is Dahlia Marsh.
Can I do this?
Yeah, you can do this.
So first of all, do you want me to try and do
one
Dr.
pack too
Mrs.
many.
Girlfriend? Yeah, I was gonna say, are we doing Doctor? This is Monarch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My name is Dahlia Marsh. I'm looking for a private investigator. I was told that you were one of the best.
So it's like, my name is my name. I can't do it. I don't do voices well. She extends her hand.
Well, I mean, are we gonna lean into the private detective thing, or are we gonna be all professional?
I don't want to kiss it, but I'll do either of these.
Yeah, we'll do. You come to the right place, lady.
You come to the right place, lady. What can I do you for? You sit back in your chair and fold your hands over your stomach.
You gonna give her a ham sandwich?
The woman seems a little irritated that her provocative behavior seems to have no effect on you. She moves from the edge of the desk and sits down in the chair opposite you.
Yes,
She clears her throat as she continues to speak the smoky, seductive.
My name is Dahlia. I need help.
Decline. No, we have to play the game.
Yes, we.
Well, okay, hold on. Can we go to the narrative corner for a second, Dahlia?
Yes. Yes.
I am very happy this game gives players an out, in a sense that like, it understands like, yeah, let's just write a dead end, you know, and have it be fun. You know, I like that. It's like, no, we're gonna hide under a dead. Like, it's so silly.
Yeah.
But like, you can tell that this is somewhat like cartoony, and it's not taking itself too self-seriously, you know.
Yeah. Right.
So I like that. But like,
yeah, and I think especially with Lovecraft, it's kind of you sort of want that
as a foil.
A foil, and you know, it also kind of sets the tone for what sort of Lovecraft you're gonna get, because I think there are just like, again, you can get the, you know, extremely serious, we're very much into the mythos, you know, or you can get this kind of like, let's have some fun with it.
Yeah. But for the intent of this movie here, we're gonna just like play along a little bit.
Yeah. It's about my daughter Tabitha. She has disappeared.
You're pulling out paper and pencil. We'll walk in the park. A walk in the kidnapped kids park. What?
Oh, don't take your kids.
No,
to the
don't go to kidnapped park. Like it's like going to Tetanus Bay. Like don't.
Yeah.
Well, when did you last see her, and where? The woman pauses. The woman puts on a fake smile.
We live in Innsmouth. It's a small port town near the north of Arkham.
We need a soundboard so we can like make a thunderclap whenever Innsmouth is said. You frown. This is a bit vague. Well, what's your child doing when you last saw her? What hobbies does she got?
Oh, you know, kid stuff. They just run around and play with their yo-yos, that sort of thing.
I don't think it's her kid.
No.
Dahlia nervously combs her hand through her hair. I think Dahlia is a name I don't come across very much. Not since Black Dahlia.
I was gonna say it's like they're trying to invoke Black Dahlia.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. She's wearing black. You're right.
Yeah. What about her father?
What about Pops? What about Tabitha's father? You separate? Often children reappear with family members. Dahlia smiles sadly.
A little one can't swim well enough for that yet.
Uh-oh. Did she get it on with a fish?
It's hey, man. You know,
once you go fish, you never mish. Your pen remains on the same spot on the notepad. What the hell was that supposed to mean? Dahlia is about to continue.
Dig deeper. Yeah, let's find out if she did it with a fish.
Excuse me, but you're struggling to find the right words to respond to such criticism. What the hell do you mean by that? The kid can't swim enough? Dahlia turns up her nose. She doesn't seem comfortable with you asking personal questions. Still responds.
Oh, just an old sailing in our village.
She smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Oh, I like that turn of phrase. She smiles, but doesn't reach her eyes. That's a good
turn of phrase.
Dahlia turns her gaze away from you and looks dreamily, no longingly out the window.
My father was a fisherman, like most of the village. A few years ago, he went out to sea but never returned. His boat was washed ashore weeks later. His colleagues told me that he had finally followed the call to the waves. Call the waves. You keep it quiet for a moment to cease. Family members are always a sensitive subject. So what I like about our YouTube videos that we do, our game video series, that it's actually like a competition to see who can hurt their voice the most. Yeah.
My sincere condolences. She calms down.
Oh, somehow I always knew that moment would come. I think my husband is in a better place now, and at some point, I'll join him.
Take a closer look at Dahlia's outfit. Judging by her behavior and clothes, you would never have taken her to be a fisherman's wife. Wow.
That's true. She does not really come across as like fishwife.
Yeah. You are intrigued about. I don't think we need to
Dahlia's
pry.
financial situation. Let's
Well,
just
give me
do
for
it.
asking, but what do you do for a living? Dahlia's jaw tenses. Jaw tenses.
I work in Innsmouth tourism department.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
You don't seem like someone who is handing out. Huh?
Yeah, that's the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't seem like some dame who distributes tourist brochures. You continue your level honest way. Dahlia stares daggers at you. Poison soak stabby daggers. Whoa!
Oh, whoa.
What are you implying?
She squeezes out between tightly clenched teeth.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. Hey! You yell, accusingly with your index finger.
Has anyone ever told you
Dahlia hisses quietly.
that you're a colossal pain in the ass?
A lump forms in the pit of your stomach. With the terrible clarity, you realize Dahlia and you wound up in bed together tonight. It wasn't meant to be. Maybe. I mean, some like it. No. She likes fish,
some
though.
like an egg. Yeah.
You clear your throat, embarrassed. You don't even remember what you were about to say. Dahlia nervously combs her hands through her hair. Oh, we're just going through these. Okay.
All right. So let's say, what is your daughter? Well, does your daughter have any friends?
Does your daughter got any friends you might be staying with? Classmates, sports club members, Discord friends, anything like that? Dahlia silently shakes her head. Very strange. You're about to ask if the girl at least had imaginary friends, but you hold back. Might as well go through all of them.
Yeah. Yo-yos?
Hold on. Yo-yos? Ring, ring. Can you hear that? It's the 90s calling. They want their outdated toys back. Dahlia blushes.
Yo-yos are way before the 90s.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, wasn't there a big yo-yo boom in the 90s? I could have sworn.
No, because I mean, like, remember the Smothers Brothers hour? That was 80s.
Oh, okay,
And that
maybe
was
that's
like-
80s. Yeah.
That was Tommy Smothers.
Fidget
with the
spinners
yo-yo.
were 2000s. Or was that
Yeah.
2010s? It was 2010.
No, like it was juggling and hacky sacks were the 90s.
Hacky sacks has just always been like what the people in that one group of stoners do at university. That's always.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's true. I was in high school in the 90s, so like, yeah, that's when I was introduced
Yeah.
to stoners with hacky sacks.
Dahlia blushes. Normally, you would find this quite attractive, but the case of missing girl beckons, and you're utterly unconvinced by this woman pretends to be your mother. She remains silent. Comfort her or let the matter rest.
Well, it's confront, not comfort.
Oh, sorry, my dyslexia.
So let's say.
Do we want to piss her off?
I mean, we kind of already have. I mean, we've
Do
already.
we
want
want to continue to piss her off?
Do we want to continue to piss her off? Because I mean, we've already sort of done the like you fail at the mission.
It's
Well,
up to
let's
you.
let the
I mean,
matter
I'm
rest.
interested to see what it lets you do. You know, either way.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'll let you on this one.
I'm gonna confront
It
her.
sounds like we want to confront her.
Something's fishy here.
Get
You have a
it?
nose for sort of thing. That's why I became a private investigator. Or to be more precise, that's why I took an online detective course that for a one-off fee provided the necessary calculations. It's time to take your visitor to task. Look at her coast closer. Why'd you come to me? You got your chair. Innsmouth is 7 miles away from here. Why'd you hire me? I wouldn't even hire myself. Dahlia crosses her arms.
What do you care? Do you want to be paid or not?
Right now I just want the truth. You're sticking to your principles, exactly what your instructor warned you about. Still, it feels good. Dahlia takes that back and releases her tightly crossed arms.
I've already tried loads of other investigators. Anyone who seemed trustworthy, really, but no luck. That's why I'm coming to you.
Fair.
Ouch.
Ouch. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. You
Yeah.
nod. A missing person case, nothing unusual. The conventional little girl runs from home after reading her first romance novel. Usually they hide at the edge of the forest or in a library. Should be pretty straightforward. Before you can say anything, she drops a photo on her desk and a roll of bill. Photo of the child on the desk and a roll bill. Photo of the child and a roll bill on your desk. That's you.
For your expenses.
You nod slowly, trying to try not to drool down the front of your shirt. You haven't seen this money in ages. You don't have much time to prepare. A quick search reveals that only one bus goes to Innsmouth and only once a day. A pattern emerges in research. The few new items related to this little coastal town are about missing persons. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles to praise the coastal town as a secret holiday destination. The best fish, untouched beach promenade, authentic fishing people are the recurring buzzwords. Dolly's given you the address at which you're supposed to drop off her daughter as soon as you find her. She also wrote down her phone number on the child's photo. You take a look at the picture before you pack your things. Oh, she's got issues.
Aw,
That's like someone brought a Little Mermaid almost to those face. What was this like? What was the little fishy's name? Flounder, yeah.
Flounder, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Let's hitchhike.
Jeez.
Hitchhike.
Really?
Hitchhike.
Okay.
Hey, well, all right.
Save.
Yeah, that's
We gotta
probably not a
save.
good idea. We're about to lose all our money, aren't we?
Boston 22. Your fingers gently stroke the banknotes inside your coat. You leave apartment at dawn. Only over your dead body would you waste that money on actual expenses. You never had a good experience with public transit. Oh, come on, man. So I give a hitchhike and go. This time you usually roll around in bed, rest, sleep another hours or two. You're at the park and ride area, which is located at intersection across two country roads. This is where students, low-income earners meet to share fuel costs on a long trip, and you often see nomads and vagos trying to catch a free ride. You're confident we'll put it last category, at least not today. Low clouds hanging in the Boston sky. The air is gray, cold, and wet. In the process, your mission depends on the clarity and fashion of strangers. Your mood is...
Optimistic.
You got a
We're
good feeling
to
about
hitchhike.
this. The secret is to make a good impression, so not scare away potential opportunities. It's best to hide your true character until you're in the car. They're definitely gonna work. You convincingly say out loud. People closer to you give some worried looks. Little girls whose family just parked their fully loaded van points wordlessly at you. Her mother takes note of you and turns her mouth. Look, Mom!
Mom,
A,
a poor
a
person.
poor person. The little one finally delivers her verdict cheerfully. Poor. That's really exaggeration of the facts. And on top of that, rude.
Let's see.
This one?
How can we not threaten to beat up a small
Explain to the little girl the
child?
difference between being poor and a freelancer. Your
Oh,
niece cracks, you
fine.
brought down from the girl say, it's not as if I sometimes wouldn't like to lead a crushy, lazy, uncreative life like your parents, but if all of us were striving for only comfort and mediocrity in our lives, where would art and be? The adventure, the self-determination that takes some people to higher spheres. That makes them create works in which the rest of humanity benefits for centuries. The girl frowns. Her mouth converses loudly with her father, the little one, and you no longer pay attention. You go on. The life I lead is not easy, not at all, but working as a private detective is fulfilling. And as soon as I have a few exciting cases just like the one I have right now, I make a real difference. Reunite a little girl with a worried mother, brings the family together. He's searching for words. Wow.
I'm kind of a superhero. I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a superhero, eh? And I don't want anything, it's just a little money when I done my job well. And if not, then at least refund my expenses.
What are expenses?
The girl asks skeptically. Vital things like to spend on money during my summers, like travel, restaurants, and going to the cinema. The girl ponders this and finally puts her hand on her hip.
I am concerned that your romanticism of precarious freelance work and your belief in creative genius has completely closed your eyes to the capitalist logic of exploitation that underpins both. As an individual freelancer, you are part of the impoverishment of the social fabric.
This girl's
Go,
quick.
little girl. Yeah.
You're beginning to wonder why you're so desperately trying to justify your job to a little girl. It feels like you're on your annual phone conversation with your mother. It's time to consider options. 3 other hitchhikers position themselves at an exit of the parking lot. A student couple and a punk with a towel around his shoulders. Every now and then, the car stops and the driver winds the windshield to have a few words with them. You?
Let's join them.
Let's join them. These people seem experienced hitchhikers. Maybe learn from them. Hey! You call out to the couple, hesitantly waving your
Hey,
hand.
fellow kids.
Hey! Says one. Hey! Says the other. There you go.
Where are you headed?
Where you headed?
Alright.
Yes, the other. The couple exchange Springfield, the one mutters without looking in your eye, that you probably are not prepared in conversation with other travelers. The monkey ignores you, is already flagged down a car talking driver. He disappears in the passenger door.
Springfield is in the western part of the state, so that's really far inland.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just act normal, throw yourself into a provocative pose. Yes, please.
While not sticking out in a trench coat, angle suggesting your hand on your hip, that's how you present yourself to passing cars. Fiery, but not easy, an uncut diamond on the roadside. The young couple looks over at you and their eyes widen. Admiration, you're quite certain. A pinch of envy. You challenge her glances, move your leg back and forth. She slowly raises her hand and covers her mouth. He bites his lower lip softly. A horn pulls you back to reality. An old VW bus steps next to you. The car is sprinkled with peace symbols.
Damn hippies.
Yep. The driver winds down the windows and green smoke escapes the car. Hot moves. Wow.
Moves, wow.
Whoa. Driver laughs in a rough voice. You stare in the face of the modern hipster, or is he a super surfer bro after all? Hard to say. A complicated and the same messy man bun. A complicated and at the same time messy man bun paired with tasteless hippie shirt. How's it that you examine your first option forever? I'm Lonnie. The young man grins at you warmly. All right. What if we actually see you through this? Where Imperials? Are you going to? We have to do that.
Yeah.
You going to
I mean,
Innsmouth?
surfing, I mean,
Sure thing. My surfboard and me. We can wait. Can't wait.
Sure thing, man. My surfboard and me, we can't wait.
Lonnie leans further out the window. The cloud of smoke rises and suggests that he sees on fire. What's the deal, man?
What's the
In or out?
deal? In or out, man.
Let's do it.
Let's
join Lonnie.
Join Lonnie, man.
I'm in, you answer. Lonnie grins becoming you are. Woohoo, let's get going. You sprint around on the bus. Lonnie's already opened the passenger door. A few cans of orange lemonade clatter on the asphalt and drop in front of your shoes. You pause for a moment and look at all the trash on the minibus. It takes some serious commitment to mess up your car like that. The guy's a real expert at being messy. I wonder put your briefcase. Whoa, he's doing a move.
Next to the rotten tomato plant in the storage room.
So you bag and try to wipe off the transport film a slide that now sticks to your hand. Lonnie makes the train driver arm adjuster choo choo, let's roll. Pushes down the gas pedal and the bus starts moving. Nervously, you watch Lonnie play around with the control knob like old car radio when approaching a junction, but maybe intentionally or maybe just by chance, the traffic light turns green just in time. The bus drives at a steady pace and the cars in front of you start moving just in time, so Lonnie doesn't run into anyone. I'm happy with Lonnie.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride, man.
You sit back and relax. The turbine engine of a crashing airplane could fall on you at any moment, or you could choke on a piece of vegan chocolate. Life's too short to worry constantly. Lonnie has finally found a station with 90s punk rock that he likes. Time flies. Despite various distractions, some of which have to do with his therapy, Lonnie manages not to cause an accident. Somehow seamlessly weaves into the other traffic. The air in the car is stuffy. It makes you sleepy. First time in many months you feel relaxed. Or, wonder what's going on. And he shows everything will be fine. Give your best to your job. Get the money. Get the girl. Emerge as a hero. So what brings you in, Innsmouth, man? Holiday? Lonnie tears you out of your dreams.
Mention your mission.
I'm investigating a private matter. I'm supposed to find a little girl who's run away home. At first, you're not quite sure whether you should be further attracting Lonnie from the traffic, but you admit he's so far been blurry with traffic rules. You fish a little Polaroid photo out of your cup pocket and hold it up to him. Lonnie whistles. Wow, the little one really got huge eyes. Something shouldn't be too hard to find. Is that disease or something? You knew it. You look closely at the picture. The child does look strange, but Dahlia hadn't mentioned any illness. I don't think so, you mumble evasively. You write down your phone number, one of the countless pieces of paper lying around the car. Lonnie promises to call if he finds Tabitha, but you assure him he'll forget her and sketches the sea breeze. But who knows? The more eyes, the better. Satisfied, you pocket the Polaroid photo.
Yeah, let's see.
I'd just say chill. Don't.
Yeah, be silent and relax, man. Yeah. Just enjoy the ride.
What a bliss, you drift off to sleep. All right, chapter 2 done.
All right, so do we still have our money?
Oh, we don't have an inventory. You're asking questions that I can't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of this?
I think it's good.
It's a lot.
Like you said,
Go ahead.
It's a little windy, but in that way, like they're having fun with it, and it's funny. It's pretty engaging, even though they are kind of taking their time getting to the turn. At this point, we've been playing for like what, 20 minutes?
20, 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and we still don't really, all we know is that there's a missing girl with weird eyes.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything that's the story has taken a twist yet.
Right.
But at the same rate, I don't feel like the game is wasting my time because it is it is an enjoyable enough read. There's good. It's progressing at enough of a clip, and there's enough kind of interesting things to see along the way that I don't mind it.
Yeah, I like it that it's not taking itself too seriously. It's got a lot of color in it. Based on just what the menu was, I was like, there's not much here, but like the characters are interesting as like how they're both drawn and stuff like that. Like I think it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Delete progress. VSync candle. I didn't turn on VSync. I didn't turn on VSync.
Yeah.
And then what's this? This is. Oh, okay. So we have little locations. 9%. All right. Okay. The Innsmouth case. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.